Greetings, humans, aliens, mammals, all those other things. Welcome to episode 3 of The Need to Know. David Glasgow here for Vanguard Sports. I was thinking about postponing this video because, as you can see, don't have a haircut. But as you know,
I'm a man of my word.
so here we are. It's Monday, July 7th, I believe. I hope you guys are safe out there. It's been raining horrible here in the great state of Texas where I'm at. Y'all want to see my dog? Say hi to the camera. All right. Yeah. Sorry. But yes, so today we are going to talk about Mr. Gary Vee. Now, Gary Vee has a lot of critics. I'm not necessarily one of them. I know lately he's kind of been a punching bag for the internet in a couple ways. My stance on Gary Vee is pretty much kind of like my stances with all humans or all people. I agree with some of what he has to say, and I disagree with some of what he has to say. But today we want to discuss a comment that he made on Adam Brenneman. I hope I'm saying your name right, Adam. Adam Brenneman has a YouTube channel in which he interviewed Gary Vee, and basically they were discussing NIL. And Gary's first words of advice in NIL space was to tell 17-year-olds not to listen to their parents. Tune their parents out, I believe was his exact words.
Tune your parents out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to come on here and kill Gary Vee like I know a lot of people are for this comment, because I disagree with his statement, but I think I kind of know what he means to a certain extent. But ultimately I disagree. When it comes to NIL space and these unventured waters that we're just getting in with no precedent, I think that you understand that having a one-size-fit-all approach is probably not going to work. There's a lot of gray areas when it comes to this space. Don't think that there is a correct quote-unquote answer when it comes to this, but I do know for sure that telling all 17-year-olds to tune out their parent is incorrect. Look, sports parents, even for my own belief, I've been offered plenty of opportunities to coach in youth sports, and I've declined all of them very fast and without a thought, because it's not the kids. I absolutely adore and have always loved kids, but the parents are usually where the issue is, right? But in that same token of me saying that, that's not applicable to every parent that's out there. A lot of these kids aren't in the position that they're in if it's not for their parents making the sacrifices they had to make in order to get to where they are at this current moment. Quick example, I remember me back in the day with my recruiting journey. I remember my dad sacrificing time and traveling to all these football camps, and at one time even having to sleep in the car, because that's how, we didn't have the money to go to every camp and stay in a hotel. So I was staying at the dorms at a certain university. He would sleep at the car sometimes. And so those are the type of sacrifices that parents make. And so for Gary Vee to tell a 17-year-old kid to tune parents out, like, I couldn't imagine if I was 17 and in this NIL space, and knowing what my dad did for me to get to the point I was in my playing career, tuning him out. Absolutely not. Are there some offenders, some people who are like Uncle Bubba on He Got Game? Yeah, there is. But that's why, and I'm gonna go ahead and shamelessly plug Vanguard Sports again. That's why companies such as Vanguard Sports are important. You need somebody, a consultant, manager, whatever you want to call it, in your corner, giving your athletes the right advice, your kid the right advice, and proper advice on how to navigate throughout these waters. Because all in all, not every parent's bad and not every parent's good. You're going from 18 years old, which is very young, and you are becoming the most wealthiest person in your family's history. That's the reality of the situation. It is happening. And it's like I tell all my clients here at Vanguard, my job is to make sure that you don't fail as a person and that you don't fail as a business. When a business is ran incorrectly, it fails. And like it or not, you are now becoming a business at 18 years old. It's a lot of responsibility when you think about it. But if you're not ran correctly, if you're not doing the proper things or putting yourself in the proper position to succeed, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. But I don't think not including your parents per se is the answer. I do have, when I do NIL workshops, I have a session in there, one of my favorite sessions that I do, which is learning how to say no. And basically what that's saying is there's going to be a lot of people, family included, who will have their hands out and just feel entitled to an athlete's earnings. And the uncomfortable conversation is you're going to have to say no. You can't be there to enable everybody. You have to help and take care of yourself. Now, if you have excess and you're able to take care of your parents, by all means do. But I don't think that any athlete should feel entitled to take, or their parents, excuse me. I don't think any athlete's parents should feel entitled to get what the athlete has earned. If that's the case, then I think that the parents were doing it for the wrong reason. So, yeah, man, in this space, you're going to have some people who are trying to take advantage of earnings, and you have some vultures out here, parents included, who are out here trying to get a piece of the pie. The athlete needs proper guidance, or he needs proper people around him. His team is important, man, because it takes a village, right? It takes a village. The team is important so that the athlete can know and spot these situations and apply them at the correct moments. I don't think tuning parents out unless you just have a parent with a reputation of being a little jaded, and that can get sticky because right at the end of the day, that's still moms, that's still dad, that's still whoever it may be. But again, I think representation is needed because of situations like this. An athlete, you need a Vanguard Sports or somebody of that ilk in order to help in these situations, because let's be real, I think we all remember when we were 17 years old. Now, I would consider myself a very responsible person. I would think that I was mature for my age, but 17-year-old David with a lot of money and no guidance, yeah, I don't think it would have been the best thing for me. But I think that representation is the ultimate answer. I don't think tuning your parents out is really the solution in most cases. I want to be clear about that. But I think that a lot of these athletes can testify that they wouldn't even be in the position they're in if it wasn't for their parents. And there's some people on the opposite end of that spectrum who had other people around them, a village, again, that helped them out. And I think that you need to go with your gut and trust the people who you know have helped you get to the position you're at. And so that's what I got for y'all today, man. Happy Monday. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I know y'all been noticing my TV screen. I love video games. I'm a nerd. I'm a video game junkie. Y'all put in the comments, I'm not gonna show the whole thing, but y'all put in the comments which game y'all think I'm playing right now. It's not that hard. Not that hard. From one of my favorite video game creators. If not, he is my favorite. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. David Glasgow for Vanguard Sports. See y'all next time.